When was the last time you lied about money? Don't worry, you're not alone. So many of us do it. Maybe you told your friends that new jacket was on sale when it definitely wasn't. Or maybe you told your partner you only spent a little bit on that takeout order, conveniently forgetting about the extra appetizers. We've all been there. It's almost like a financial white lie. But why do we do this? A lot of the time it comes down to shame or embarrassment. We might feel like we're not good enough with money, or we're afraid of being judged for our spending habits. We see everyone on social media living these perfect, luxurious lives, and it's easy to feel like we're falling behind. So we fudge the numbers a little to keep up appearances. It could also be about avoiding conflict. Telling your significant other the real cost of that new gaming console might lead to an argument you just do and want to have. You round down a lot. Maybe you're trying to protect someone's feelings. You don't want your parents to worry, so you tell them everything is fine financially, even when you're secretly stressing about bills. Here's the thing though, these small lies can add up. They can create a habit of financial dishonesty that can actually damage our relationships and our own mental health. Constantly hiding things is stressful. So what can we do? First, let's get real with ourselves. Acknowledge why you're lying. Is it fear? Is it pressure? Understanding the root cause is the first step to changing the behavior. Next, try to have open conversations about money with people you trust. It's scary, I know, but you'd be surprised how many people feel the exact same way you do. Creating a budget you can actually stick to can also make a huge difference. When you have a plan for your money, you feel more in control and less likely to hide your spending. And remember, your financial situation doesn't define your worth. It's okay to not be perfect with money. The goal is progress, not perfection. Let's start having more honest conversations about our finances. It's the first step to a healthier relationship with our money and with each other. Here's what they don't teach you in school, what your parents probably never explained, and what every financial advisor secretly hopes you never figure out. Money is not math. You think it is? Spreadsheets, interest rates, retirement calculators. You think if you just save enough, invest smart enough, work hard enough, you'll eventually reach some number where you finally feel safe. But that number doesn't exist, because money is psychology. Money is emotion. Money is the story you tell yourself about what you deserve, what you're worth, and whether you'll be okay. And for most of us, that story goes like this. If I make more, I'll have more control. If I have more control, I'll feel safer. If I feel safer, I can finally relax. It sounds logical. It's the reason you said yes to that promotion you didn't really want. It's the reason you check your 401k 3 times a week. It's the reason just a little more has been your mantra for the last 5, 10, maybe 15 years. But let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually felt safe? Not temporarily relieved, not briefly calm, but truly, deeply safe, like whatever happened, you'd be okay. If you're honest, that feeling is hard to find, maybe impossible. Here's why. The same brain that's chasing control through money is the same brain that will never feel like it has enough. Because safety isn't a destination your brain recognizes. Your brain doesn't have a stop worrying button that activates at $100,000 or $500,000 or $1 million. Your brain's job is to keep you alive. And keeping you alive means scanning for threats. Always. Even when there are none. So the more money you get, the more your brain has to protect. The more you have to lose, the more threats it can find. You think you're working toward freedom, but you're actually feeding a machine that can never be satisfied. This is the illusion, and it plays out in 3 specific ways. Call them the 3 controllers. Controller 1, the golden handcuffs you took the job. Better title, better pay, better security. Everyone told you it was the right move. But now you're checking emails at 10 p.m. Now Sunday afternoons come with dread. Now you sit in meetings thinking about all the things you'd rather be doing, and you realize you coup and leave because the mortgage is bigger now. Because the lifestyle you built a cage around you. You traded your time for money, thinking you were buying freedom, but time is the one thing you never get back. And money moved the goalposts. Controller 2, the anxiety tax. Every time you check your bank account with that, not in your stomach, you're paying a tax. Every sleepless night, wondering if you're on track, if you're falling behind, that's a tax. It's a tax on your attention. on your presence, on your ability to actually enjoy the life you're working so hard to build. You know that feeling when you're at dinner with people you love, and for a moment you forget about money completely? You're laughing, you're connected, you're actually there, and then something reminds you, a notification, a thought, a bill you forgot to pay. And just like that, you're gone, physically at the table, mentally. Back in the spreadsheet, it's the anxiety tax, and you pay it every single day. Controller 3, the 1 more year syndrome. This is the cruelest one. You tell yourself, just 1 more year in this job I hate, then I'll have enough buffer. Just 1 more year of saving aggressively, then we can take that trip. Just 1 more year of grinding, then I can actually be present. But here's what happens in that year. Your kids get 1 year older. Your partner gets 1 year more accustomed to you being absent. Your body gets 1 year closer to its limits. Your life gets 1 year shorter. And when that year ends, you'll find another reason to add 1 more. Because the fear doesn't disappear at the finish line. The fear just finds a new finish line. Pause. So let me paint the full picture. You're sitting there, maybe in your car, maybe on your couch, and you feel it. That low-grade hum of anxiety that never quite turns off. You have more than you had 10 years ago, probably a lot more. But you feel less free than you did at 25, less spontaneous, less alive. You've built stability. But somewhere along the way, stability became a prison. And the worst part? You can't even blame anyone. You did this to yourself. You made the smart choices. You played by the rules. But here's the truth you need to hear. It's not your fault. Nobody taught you the difference between building wealth and building a cage. Nobody told you that money without intentionality becomes a tyrant. But here's the good news. The moment you see the cage for what it is, that's the moment you can start building the keys. Let's talk about what this actually looks like. It's not in theory, not in some finance textbook. In your life. Right now. Because the illusion I just described, the belief that more money equals more control, it doesn't just float around in your head. It shapes everything. Every decision, every stress, every silent moment where you feel like something's off, but you just can't quite name it. Today, I'm going to show you the 3 ways money becomes your controller. First up, the golden handcuffs. You took the job. Maybe you even wanted it at first. Better title, better pay, better security for your family. Everyone told you it was the right move. But now you're checking emails at 10 p.m. Now Sunday afternoons come with this dread you can't shake. You sit in meetings thinking about all the things you'd rather be doing with your kids, with your partner, with yourself, and you realize you can't leave. Because the mortgage is bigger now. Because the private school tuition depends on this paycheck. Because the lifestyle you built, it built a cage around you. You traded your time for money, thinking you were buying freedom. But time is the one thing you never get back. And money? Money just moved the goalposts. The second way money controls you is what I call the anxiety tax. Here's something nobody puts in their retirement calculator. Every time you check your bank account with that knot in your stomach, you're paying a tax. Every sleepless night, wondering if you're on track, if you're falling behind, if everyone else has figured this out except you, that's a tax. It's a tax on your attention, on your presence, on your ability to actually enjoy the life you're working so hard to build. You know that feeling when you're at dinner with people you love, and for a moment you forget about money completely? You're laughing, you're connected, you're actually there, and then something reminds you, a notification, a thought, a bill you forgot to pay. And just like that, you're gone. You're physically at the table, but mentally, you're back in the spreadsheet. Back in the worry. It's back in the grip. That's the anxiety tax. And you pay it every single day. And the third one, this is the cruelest of all, the 1 more year syndrome. It's so tricky because it disguises itself as responsibility, as being smart, as doing the right thing for your future. You tell yourself, just 1 more year in this job I hate, then I'll have enough buffer to take something slower. Just 1 more year of saving aggressively, and we can take that trip. Just 1 more year of grinding, then I can actually be present. But here's what really happens in that year. Your kids get 1 year older. Your partner gets 1 year more accustomed to you being absent. Your body gets 1 year closer to its limits. Your life gets 1 year shorter. And when that year ends, you'll find another reason to add just 1 more. Because the fear doesn't disappear at the finish line. Fear just finds a new finish line. So let me paint the full picture for you. You're sitting there, maybe in your car, maybe on your couch, maybe pretending to work while you watch the sand. You feel it. That low-grade hum of anxiety that never quite turns off. You have more than you had 10 years ago. Probably a lot more. But you feel less free than you did at 25. Less spontaneous. Less alive. You've built stability, but somewhere along the way, that stability became a prison. And the worst part, you can't even blame anyone. You did this to yourself. You made the smart choices. You played by the rules. You did exactly what society told you would make you feel secure. But here's the truth you really need to hear. It is not your fault. Not really. Because nobody taught you the difference between building wealth and building a cage. Nobody told you that money without intentionality becomes a tyrant. Nobody explained that the same discipline that grows your bank account can shrink your life. But here's the good news. The moment you realize this, the moment you see the cage for what it is, that's the moment you can start building the keys. In my next video, I'm going to show you what real control actually looks like. Not the illusion. Not the spreadsheet version. The kind of control that lets you sleep at night and actually enjoy your Tuesday afternoons. Because yes, you can stop being controlled. So here's where everything changes. I'm going to give you a new definition of control. I promise. If you actually hear this really here, it will change how you see every financial decision for the rest of your life. Ready? Control is not how much you have. Control is how much you can say no without panic. Let me say that again because this is the sentence that changes everything. Control is how much you can say no without panic. Think about what that actually means. If you're in a job you hate, but you can't leave because you need the paycheck, you're not in control. It doesn't matter how much they pay you. The money is controlling you. If you're in a relationship that's draining you, but you stay because splitting finances would be a nightmare, you're not in control. If you want to take 6 months off to be with your kids, or start a business, or just figure out what you actually want, but you because what about the bills? You not in control? Now here's what's beautiful about this definition. It has almost nothing to do with how much money you have. It has everything to do with how much of your life you actually own. I know people worth $20 million who can't say no to anything. They're trapped by their lifestyle, their obligations, their fear of losing what they built. They have mansions and cars and vacations and zero real control. And I know people with modest savings and a paid-off car who have more freedom than any millionaire because they've designed their life around what matters. Because their enough is actually enough. They can say no to things that don't serve them without their heart racing. This is the realization. Wealth is not a number on a screen. Wealth is optionality. Wealth is waking up on a Tuesday and deciding to go for a walk because you feel like it. Wealth is telling your kids yes without checking your phone first. Wealth is looking at a situation that doesn't serve you, a job, a commitment, a person, and walking away because your peace matters more than your paycheck. And here's what's so liberating about this. You don't have to wait. You don't have to grind for another 10 years to start building real control. You don't have to hit some magical savings target to feel free. You can start right now. Because control isn't a destination you arrive at. It's a muscle you build. Like any muscle, the only way to build it is to use it. So you've had the realization. You've seen the cage. You understand that real control isn't about how much you have. It's about how much you can say no without panic. Now comes the question that actually matters. What do you do about it? Not next year, not when you've saved more. Today I'm going to give you 2 exercises. 2 mental models that cost nothing but will change everything, and I need you to actually do them. It's not just nod along. Actually do them. Exercise 1. The freedom number. You've heard of retirement numbers? The famous 25 times your annual expenses rule? The $1 million target? Forget all of that. I want you to find your freedom number instead. Here, ask the question. How much money do you need each month to feel like your time is yours? Not to retire forever, not to travel the world, just to feel like you're not trapped